This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content.
Darius Coit, what's good, Darius?
It's good, man. It's good, man.
What you got going on today?
Working with my guy over here. We had some sparring a second ago. Just trying to get him to work on transitioning, like his hand speed, rather than speed. He got good speed. He just punch with full power at all times. I need to try to get him to learn how to take some heat off and throw some switch-up punches. But that's pretty much it. That's all we working on.
How do you look in sparring?
Good pressure, great pressure, good defense coming forward. Even though he was able to defend himself even when he wasn't throwing punches. And that's what I'm really big on, be able to control the man in there and do what you want. And what I wanted him to do is keep the guy backing up. His foot pressure, he did that. Work his head movement, he was doing pretty good at that. What we trying to get though, because he has a habit of trying to box off his back foot. He want to box, but he's really a puncher. So I'm trying to get him to learn to install his offense going forward. His offense, he installs his offense going backwards. But coming forward, we need to work on how to work a pressure offense coming forward. And that's what we're working on right now. So it's going to be a lot of feints and doubles, and just change the velocity, things like that, change the levels, head movements, double jabs, work closing distance. So that's what I would have been working on. He did a great job at everything.
Is he competing at the Nationals this year?
That's the plan. Due to COVID, he had he got some hiccups that he's dealing with right now too, which is probably why we was late today. But that's the plan. If not, we're just gonna skip and go pro. To be honest with you, I don't really care about the tournament at this point. It's about if the tournament can give us something like exposure, great. But that's all we was looking for from it. The experience-wise, I'm really trying to get him situated with a good team of guys, a good camp where he can just get constant sparring, because I think that's going to go further than we can get from any tournament.
Okay. All right, let's fight this weekend. Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz. How you see that going, yo?
Gervonta going to kill him. Gervonta he's one of those, we see it a lot, and I'm not saying he's not special. He is very special. But remember when Adrian Broden was 135, right? Yeah. Adrian Broden at 135 was a killer. At 140, probably would have been a killer too. He skipped that and went up to 147, and he's just a normal dude. So at 135, 130, Gervonta Davis is a monster. Nobody want to deal with that, because he's really a bigger dude. He can get down to 130 though, but he's really a bigger guy. So he a heavy-handed little fat boy in a skinny man's body, so to speak. He punched like a fat boy, you know what I'm saying? So that bully style, with the fact that he can loosen up and actually box a little bit when he wants to, I don't think Santa Cruz has seen anything like that in the ring yet, even though he hasn't seen anything like Santa Cruz either. Santa Cruz is a guy that's going to constantly come forward, pressure fighter, throw a lot of punches, but the southpaw aspect, along with the fact that he punches, like an anvil, it's going to be hard to deal with, man. I think Santa Cruz is in for it with that. I really do.
What about Santa Cruz that makes him a difficult fight? Is it the output?
It's the punch output. Santa Cruz is a consummate pro, so he understands how to prepare for a fight. He's gonna come prepared and ready, and tough. But in this case, toughness might work against Santa Cruz, because against punchers you don't want to be too tough, because you can end careers that way. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to take too much punishment from a guy who can legitimately punch, even if you don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it don't, you feel like you can take it, it's still damaging you and shortening that career. So it depends on how Santa Cruz come out and fight. If you smother Gervonta, he got game for that. He know how to fight on the inside. If you try to run from him, he can do that. So, and then Santa Cruz is not one to do either, other than maybe work inside and keep his pressure on you. But I don't think there's going to be enough to deal with Gervonta. I really don't. Santa Cruz's boxing ability is great. I don't want to say anything Mexican-wise, because there's a lot of, Canelo's Mexican too. Canelo boxed he boxed like a black guy. You know what I mean? Like slick, what I mean when I say that. Santa Cruz is not a slick guy. He's straight up and down guy, like a Margarito type, gonna come, can box, but he's not slick. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna need to be, I think, to deal with Gervonta. You're gonna need to be a little slicker than Santa Cruz actually is. If Gervonta can find you with his punches, it's not gonna be a pretty night. And he can't find Santa Cruz. So that's how I think it's gonna go. I don't think anybody can stand up with him. If you let him hit you, you're done. So, and Santa Cruz will get hit. So I think it's a good fight for Gervonta because it's a good name. That name gonna take him to a different place with it because Santa Cruz ain't no nut. But I don't think it's a good matchup for Santa Cruz, to be honest with you. I think it's, right now you got his dad that's dealing with, I think, cancer right now. I don't even know if his dad gonna be in his corner or not. But this one of the biggest fights of his career at that. So like it's a tough time to not be with your normal stable, dealing with dealing with cancer. But it's a tough time to not be with your normal stable when you got to deal with Gervonta Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be with your team.
Okay.
And that's a disadvantage within itself. And he already was at a disadvantage.
All right.